What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Did I break it?
Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron, and tonight in Eternal Evolution we are going to talk a little bit about gear management. I had some people in the guild hit me up and say, hey, just want to see your general input on managing some of your gear. And frankly, I am completely full yet again. So even though the developers have come out with some really awesome new gear management tools that they put into the game, I know it can still be a struggle and you're going to end up with full bags. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about some generalities that I think might help you guys manage your gear. The first thing I want to talk about is you can actually lock gear so you don't break it down or smelt it. And just to show you real quickly, say this particular weapon is one that you wanted to make sure you didn't break down or you held around for the future. All you got to do is click this little icon, little lock icon, boom, and it says lock. And then you can't destroy it or do anything crazy with it. So if you find a piece of gear that you really love, you utilize that lock because that is a kind of nice little fail-safe so that you don't do something crazy on accident. All right, so now that we've talked about how to lock gear and unlock gear, I want to go ahead and show you a little bit of the process I use when I'm trying to decide which gear to get rid of and just my general management process. So here we go. First of all sets. The nice thing here is it tells you everything you have from all sets. So this ancient altar is kind of a problem here lately because it used to be very difficult to get when the game first launched. Now it seems like they're just throwing this stuff at you left and right. And frankly, abundant is only used for heroes that heal, and there's only so many healers in the game. So the fact that I have 205 abundant sets hanging around is absolutely absurd. So you can do this as all sets, but I'm going to go ahead and focus on the abundant a little bit just to give you guys a little bit more of a specific view. So as you can see here, like I don't need all this. This is insane. So the very first thing I want to do is ignore all of these, the weapon, the chest, and the pants, right? All of those flat stat bonuses. And I want to go ahead and take a look here at the hands, the head, and the feet because those can all get percentage bonuses. They're vastly more important. Now, in general, I know that all healers have an HP massive bonus when it comes to healing, right? It's all based on their max HP for the most part. So I'm not going to say this goes for everybody, right? Like there's going to be special circumstances in each class, but in general, I know that hands that have anything but HP, like these attack pieces, defense pieces, they are not helpful. So I can come in here, and if I only want HP on the main, then I can go ahead and click HP, but then click reverse selection, and that's going to go ahead and give me every set of hands that is not HP. And all of these, frankly, I just don't care about. Yeah, some of these, this is a bit of a specific example I'm giving because it's much simpler, right? Like when you're getting into attack and crit damage stuff, sometimes you're going to want crit damage percentage, sometimes you're going to want attack percentage, sometimes you're going to want crit rate percentage, and it's not quite as simple as I'm making it look right here. But I'm just showing you in general, I don't need any of these pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble those. You can also smelt them. This is just a bit more of a time-saving method, and it just, you know, I play multiple games. Everybody else is busy with work, family life, all that kind of stuff. This is just a bit of a simpler method. If you want to smelt and try to get some of those uber pieces, by all means, please do so. Like I said, this is just a much simpler one. And again, everything here should have saved when I moved over to the head pieces. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and disassemble all of these and then move on to the feet. I could see if you wanted to save like a couple of damage reductions if they have... Yeah, see this has an HP bonus and a crit damage reduction and extra HP. So that's actually not a bad set for damage reduction at all. But all these other flat stats, attack, I guess we can save that damage reduction too. Defense, defense, attack. All of this is absolute trash. Get rid of it. Boom, boom, boom. What's that damage reduction? Yeah, that's no bueno. Defense, boom. There we go. So we just got rid of an absolute ton. So then when you're going to come to these main pieces, the flat stat pieces, the weapon, the chest, and the legs, not quite as simple because they're all going to have flat stats there. So we get rid of that. But now we can start homing in on some of these. Yep, there's one. That has Oh man, extra attack, extra HP, and extra defense. All flat stats. That's an absolutely horrendous piece. Let's please get rid of that. And then you can kind of bounce through here. Okay, that was with all of those. So what about just 2 of them? Okay, there's another one. The damage reduction is nice. The other 2 is absolutely awful. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. And you can go through the weapons. And then you can even go into all sets, right? Like, so in general, if I have 2 flat stats out of a possible 3 on the bottom to begin with, I do not like that piece. So there's even some here that I've leveled up. But frankly, I'm in getting rid of gear mode because I'm tired of constantly having a full mailbox. So I know that I can probably do better and get at least 2 percentages on some of these pieces. So bye-bye. And again, this might be something that you're like, okay, I'm really lacking on healers or I'm really lacking on surge gear for AoE. Go ahead and lock those pieces or make sure that you're not clicking on them when you're going ahead and destroying these, because sometimes you're going to want those set bonuses over some of the specific secondary stats right here. So this is, again, just a real general overview that's going to help you manage this very quickly and yet still pretty efficiently. And you can use these filters, right? You can go through and look, okay, here's another problem. Gluttony. Okay, so let's start getting rid of some gluttony, right? So anything with gluttony with those 2. Okay, don't have any. What about if I do extra HP and extra defense? None of those 2, because I've cleaned this out recently and I still have this problem. Go down here to resist. But that's the kind of thing you want to do. So then you got to find, okay, what is my gluttony problem here? And I'm betting it's weapons. Oh, weapons. Okay, not doing too badly here. That's kind of shocking. Do I just have a ton of these? Man, just a little bit of everything it looks like. So then you can go ahead and start saying, okay, I got way too much of this. Now I need to try to figure out what stats I want to keep and maybe just lock them and then get rid of the rest. So hopefully this has made a little bit of sense. I don't want to labor it too much. Again, you can disassemble, you can smelt, but use these attribute filters. This can really simplify the pieces that you do and do not want. In general, stuff with extra HP, extra attack, extra defense, even once you start to go farther down the line, resistance and crit damage reduction. Crit damage reduction, if you don't have a tank or somebody that you need to really keep alive, it's just not a stat you want on a piece of gear, especially if it's like a damage-based character. Accuracy. Accuracy doesn't play into a lot of characters' kits. So go ahead and get rid of accuracy when you can to save some space. So, like I said, I don't want to labor this too much. If you guys have any feedback, please make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. It's only going to help everybody else that's trying to get through this, because it does become a bit of a struggle to constantly have your gear building up on you, and you don't really know what sets that you want to get rid of and what sets you want to keep. So look, the abundance already down to 150, but you know, abundant is, or 150 for abundant is still way too much. So I'm going to go ahead and try to filter and get rid of some of these weapons that I just don't need. And I'm just going to use these filters and just go through them, right? But it's going to take some time. There's no process here that just makes it that simple. Unfortunately, I wish, the one thing I really wish they had was when you go into your equipment here, I wish they had filters here that would make it easier to lock, so you're not trying to lock them in that other screen. I wish you could use the filters that they provide in the manage equipment actually in this screen. I think it would save a little bit of time. That way you could just go in here to your disassembles and disassemble everything that isn't locked. But we don't have that option yet. And I'm not even getting close to complaining, because this has come leaps and bounds from when this game started. So hopefully this answers the questions from my guild and from the community at large. If you guys have any more specific feedback, again, if it helps the community, please leave it in the comments section down below so that everybody isn't facing this struggle. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming content. And as always, guys, have fun. Good luck.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.